Hello again, it's now time for Mission, and this program is sponsored by Star Ghana with support from DFID, Danida and the European Union. In our very first story, they call me the cursed one, saying I've given birth to mentally unstable children. I feel very isolated and want to move away from this neighborhood. These are the words of 36-year-old Golda Nunu, who wanted to commit suicide because society constantly mocked her for having 4 children with special needs. Well, the Mission team caught up with her as she spoke on the need to have an inclusive society. When Golda got married, she was hopeful of a blissful union that would produce children who would become responsible citizens. When she finally gave birth, all her children had special needs, 3 of them having cerebral palsy. Her first child was not present at the time of her visit.
It is not easy to have 3-4 children with challenges. No mother can sit down and say, I'll just look at my children with these disabilities. I went through tough. People rejected me. I had a huge stress on me here and there without knowing even myself who I am.
According to her, she is constantly mocked in society and has to lock her children indoors for fear of stigmatization. The situation is so bad that children in the neighborhood refuse to play with her kids, and she cannot buy items from the neighborhood. So, on Wednesday, October 18, she decided to end it all.
A nearby person who is at our residence just told me, you have given birth to a mad children and a sick children. You will always suffer. That is why you are going through this. I ran into my room, kneeled with tears. Even that day, I didn't control my tears.
Attempts by Golda to get her children in a special needs school proved futile as they were refused admission.
When we went, they assessed these children, my children, and because of the toiletry training, we wasn't able to qualify to go to the school. So my children, or especially the lady, didn't qualify for that. So we're supposed to come home and train her before they will accept her at the school.
2 years ago, Ghana launched the inclusive education policy to ensure that all children go to school regardless of their disabilities. However, many parents of children with special needs think that the policy is not inclusive enough. Majority of children with special needs in Ghana are still not in school in spite of the inclusive education policy. Golda wants the Department of Social Welfare, non-governmental organizations, philanthropists and corporate organizations to come to her aid, at least to get the children in school.
These children are special from God. So whatever it might be the case, society should accept us. They shouldn't reject us. We are part of them. But this only thing that has differentiates us is being given birth to children who are disabilities doesn't make us that we are not among them.
The Mission team will follow up on Golda's quest to have her children in school. So we will follow up from duty bearers to ensure that Golders children get an education. In other news, lack of adequate furniture at the Tebu MA Basic School in the Gas South municipality has compelled students to drop out of school, while students now do academic work on their laps.
According to South Africa's late President Nelson Mandela, education is a key tool to change the world. However, education on the African continent is said to be lagging behind. In Ghana, little has been done by successive governments to improve rural education. The Tebu MA Basic School appears to be a neglected school. Established about a decade ago, the school has been grappling with issues of inadequate desks, classroom blocks and textbooks. Pupils routinely perform academic works on their laps because there are no tables. Few pupils have resorted to bringing their own tables and chairs from homes to improvise. Although the Tebu MA Basic School serves pupils in 15 scattered communities, current challenges remain a disincentive, forcing many to quit the school.
Some come and then they look at how, especially in KG and the lower primary, how they sit on the floor. Some have to squat, some have to lie down on their chest and all of that. Most of the wards carry their children back.
This dilapidated structure serves as classroom block for primary 6, junior high school 1, 2 and 3 pupils. 6 pupils share a bench and 4 others sit on a dual desk, a situation negatively affecting their health and academic activities.
We suffer from our spine and a lot, so we need adequate furniture.
Pupils go through difficulties accessing their classrooms during the rainy season. Caroline Luthrot is a teacher and a circuit supervisor at the school.
Far back in the 2012, when I was released to this place, and before then they were studying under trees and we were not having structures. When it rains, it's very terrible.
Assistant Headmaster Gustave Yamwa said persistent plea to get the Gas South Educational Directorate to address their predicament have failed.
I must confess, it's very difficult. Look at where we are, commuting from that place. The financial cost involved, the risk is only through Okada we used to come here. And so when you wake up in the morning and then you think of all these things, if you are not very careful, you might find somewhere and sit.
The Tebu MA Basic School is not a beneficiary of government's free school feeding program, and it is also not disability friendly.
And that's it for the segment. But before we go, Issa, talking about inclusive societies, we need to do more as a country to ensure that parents who have children with special needs are able to send them to school.
You've said it all. I believe duty bearers are also watching, and they can also come out with policies, because children like that cannot solve their own problems. They need those who make the policies to come to their aid, and I'm sure they are watching. Well,
this program is sponsored by Star Ghana with support from DFID, Danida and the European Union. Join us again same time on Saturday and Sunday for another exciting edition. Thanks for watching.